Hello, everybody. We are here in a location known as
Uruk.
A very large city, mostly made out of sandstone. However, strangely, in the middle of it, where there is normally a massive ziggurat, on top of the ziggurat is a large, very out of place castle made of black and grey stone. And emerging from said castle out of one of the windows is the dear lady of the night that we know as Ravena. She is off to go and collect something from the shrine of Lilith, which is a large golden basin full of blood, she hopes. She's supposed to collect it and then deliver it to her mother every day. It's basically her only chore, and she does despise it. Especially when the locals have not supplied the correct amount of blood, and she has to go and get some more. Ravena?
They better have filled it properly this time. I don't want to have to do this again.
Okay. You see, as you're floating above the walls of Uruk, the shrine. It's a relatively small building for this location. It's only about 100 feet wide and 200 feet long. Inside, there's basically just a single object, a massive statue made of some kind of chalky yellow stone. Very much crude depiction of your mother. You kind of think it doesn't really look much like her. But in front of it is where the golden basin is always placed on a kind of small plinth. You see the golden basin. Obviously, you have to go all the way up to it to actually see how much blood is in it. I'll let you know now. The basin is magical.
Mm-hmm.
There's two things about it. One, it can't spill. And two, it's weightless even if filled.
Okay.
It can hold up to 50 litres of blood.
Okay. How much is supposed to be in it?
You're kind of accustomed to receiving somewhere in the range of 30 to 40.
Okay.
You think if that's less than that, then that tends to be... you usually don't see that as enough. Because basically, if you go back to your mum with less, she'll be annoyed with you. She doesn't do much about it, but she'll be annoyed with you.
Yeah.
So, I suppose you're, floating.
Sort of floating along with the little very fluffy black cat flying next to her.
Why don't you actually take this moment to just describe what Ravena looks like as well?
So, Ravena is a short woman, not much taller than 5 foot. She's very pale without being white. She looks like she's never seen the sun, which is true. She's got very unnaturally straight, long black hair that never seems to fall out of place. And her eyes are dark blue like a lapis lazuli colour. She does have very noticeable pointy little fangs and long pointy black fingernails. She's always wearing a sort of very elegant looking dress that has clearly had the sleeves and lower skirts torn off. A silver tiara and lots of silver chain jewellery.
And as you actually mentioned about the sun, it is currently dusk. Not that you can really tell, because there's such amount of cloud over it that you just can't really actually see the sun. It's just getting darker.
Yeah.
I suppose you approach the golden basin.
Yeah, I'll very abruptly stop floating, float a little bit lower, and go in.
Yeah.
He's always hovering at least 1 foot off the ground to appear more intimidating than she is. It usually works.
Looking inside the basin, this is the bit that I wanted to roll for. So, everybody, make a will save with a +2 bonus.
Including me?
Yes.
2 with a +2, so that's 4.
Okay.
5 + 2, 7.
Is it your wisdom modifier that's added to your saves?
Just a +2. This isn't for your character. It's just.
4.
Oh my god. Brandon.
Sorry, what was the dice roll again?
So roll a wisdom save. With just +2. Doesn't matter what your character is or anything. It's just a wisdom save +2.
That's a 5.
Oh my.
Total.
Rolling that shit.
Oh boy. Okay. So Ravena comes to the Golden Basin, and it's empty.
Fuck.
Gonna be some murder.
Again. I did this last week. Do they not understand their duty?
You obviously think to yourself that if you're going to have to go get more blood, you're either going to have to get it from the indentured servants in Uruk, of which there are less people that are alive. Or you could go to the sort of a little bit further away city called Cork, which is still actually filled with Celtic people, but their land has been sort of overrun by Lilitu's influence, and they are very much under her domain and under her thumb. Very much fearful of her.
I'll sort of turn around, kneel down a bit, look at the cat and go, well, Betty, do we bother the locals? Or do we go bother the other people again? Who deserves it the most today?
What, you want me to respond? Because I believe he can respond in your head. It is a he, isn't it?
It is a he, yes.
What did you say he's
He's called Bathory.
Oh, he's called Bathory. I get it. Okay, so in your head you just get, well, I believe it was supposed to be Cork's turn.
Good idea.
Further away, and I'd rather go over the beach.
You can fly. But you're stuck with me.
Yeah.
I will pick up the ball, float out of the door.
Yeah.
And just in the direction of...
Well, you imagine there's not really like a door because it's just kind of open.
Yeah.
It's just held up by pretty massive columns.
Yeah.
That kind of sounds like Sean Connery, and I kind of love that.
Yeah.
It's not even my intention. Take me to their leader, and I will shit on their face.
Good boy. I'll float out to the sort of, I guess, side of the temple then with the bowl in the direction of Cork.
Okay. So you are floating to the west. It's dusk, and it's slowly, quite actually rapidly getting darker as the sun is going down. I guess just roll perception for me.
Okay, I'm seeing if I get a bonus to that.
I have no idea if you...
I don't think I do.
Nope, just +1.
Yeah. 17 plus 1, so that's 18.
Pretty good. So you come out and you see at the city of Cork, which is also sort of a strange sort of place because it's made out of stone that isn't sandstone. It's like more like slate and that kind of hard grey stones, but it's there in the middle of the desert, it seems. You basically note that you can see the flames of lights and the signs of life suddenly all just seemingly go out in the matter of like 5 seconds. As you were approaching.
Oh, they know I'm coming, don't they?
Right. I wonder how much I should abbreviate this. Or how much detail you really want to get into this. But basically, you start floating straight over their walls.
Just imagine that's creative mode in Minecraft. That's kind of how it looks when
That is
it's
how
walking
she
around.
moves, essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just going to actually do a little roll. Okay. So, you see that no people are in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like in buildings or tents, except for one person.
Okay.
It appears to be a man. He's just stood out in what's kind of their effective market square. He seems to be just standing, waiting for you.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be armed.
Okay. Someone's feeling brave today.
I guess you approach.
I'll sort of approach from above. Sort of, if you can imagine, sort of swooping down on him almost as if I am a bat.
You like onto him, or
Yeah.
just in front of him.
Sort of down towards him as if I am going to lunge on him.
You're just like implying it. You're
Yeah.
not actually doing
I'm
it.
going to see if he's going to move out of my way.
Okay. Roll intimidate.
That's a 7. Do I get any plus to that?
I have no idea.
I can't see.
You do. You get +3 plus your force. You get +7, so that's 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty high. Well, he rolled 2. So as you like come straight at him, you see his eyes just his pupils just dilate just the very moment before you're about to hit him, and he goes ah, and he jumps down to the ground. You basically just miss him because of it. He's on the floor.
Okay. Then I'm going to just continue to levitate over him very ominously.
You're not saying anything.
How am I supposed to drain the blood from this guy?
Well, I mean, you basically just bully them. What you imagine you do is usually you just grab them, just start nudging them like, blood, come on, go. That's what I usually imagine. But I don't know. You tell me what Ravena does.
I'm gonna sort of hover over him while he's on the ground, and then just sort of aggressively point at him, just like, the bowl is empty. You know what you're supposed to do.
Okay. He kind of turns over to look up at you. So he's on his back, and you notice now that he's like semi-bald. He's kind of an older man, seems to be. And he just says, Miss, the people here, they can't keep giving blood like this. We're all just going to die.
That's not my problem, is it?
Oh, miss, look, please, just take me. Don't force these people to keep giving their blood. There's no way.
Don't think that's enough. My mother will not be happy with this.
I'm just curious, just one moment. Thought to myself, how many liters of blood are in a single person?
10.
Oh yeah, about 10. Yeah, you think just him by himself is probably not enough.
Fine, it just makes it easier.
What?
He's like, fine, that saves time for me. I will pick him up off the floor.
Okay. He's now just floating off the floor.
He's just sort of, I'm holding him off the floor, like by his arm or something,
Mhm.
and waving the bowl at him, like,
You can
hurry up.
2 people as well, don't you? 2 more people for that.
Yeah.
But so you're like, what? You're just going hurry up and looking at
It's
it.
like, hurry up and do it.
He's like looking at you. He's like, I don't have like a knife or anything. This.
I will take out one of my little knives and just be like, shall I do it for you?
He looks like back. He's looking at you at the knife. At you at the knife. He's like hesitant. Did he responded to that, or
I'm just waiting. Are you going to do it, or do I have to?
okay, just you give it to me.
Just sort of pass him the. I'll pass him like the little. Like I said, would the little poison dagger be the one to use, or should I go for the big soul one, the soul taking one? Or does she just have another knife on her?
I mean, I'd say it's up to you. As far as you know, that it being if the blood is poisoned, it's not actually a big deal to you.
Okay, then I'll give him the very little black stabby poison blade.
Okay. So he just there. He puts a very thin little slit onto his hand, and like a few drops start hitting into the ball. He's there. Just like does that. He's like looking at you, just like.
Okay. I'm gonna take the knife off him. I'm gonna stick it in the big vein in his arm and just be like, and then just hold him over the bowl.
He just like squeals in pain and just lets you hold him like that. Quite a lot of blood is now spilling in. You think that, I mean, if you were to drain him completely, you might get about 10 liters.
Mm-hmm.
If you let him live, he's probably only going to get about 5.
I'm just like, is 10 liters enough? Is one person enough?
I mean, you're accustomed to getting like 30.
Yeah.
So
Need 2 more people.
I'm gonna just get as much blood out of this guy as I can, and then sort of just drop him.
Yeah, he basically just eventually just you barely even probably notice. He just goes limp. You probably think there's probably a bit more blood in there, but you might think it's not really worth it for the effort.
I can't be bothered right now.
So you just drop him, and his body just hits the floor with a clip.
Going to sort of float over to the nearest building that looks like it has residents in and knock on the upstairs window.
Oh, yeah.
You just knock on the window.
Yeah,
That is the
I'm
word.
gonna very, very intimidatingly knock and scratch on the window.
You know what? I'm gonna have that a bit.
Ravena's just like the worst tax man.
So, a lady, it appears, like, slightly opens the shutter. It's like a wooden shutter. She just pokes her eye out, like, Ivan, are you out there? And then she just sees your face and goes, ah! And closes the door. The window.
Am I strong enough to break the window?
Certainly try.
That's a 10?
Lewis.
So that'd be like 12.
12.
You push them in and they like break a little bit, but not completely.
Okay.
You can now like see people inside. There's this lady and like another man in there.
Mm-hmm.
They just like start screaming. They look like the man like seems to be opening some kind of container or something in like a cabinet, and the lady is just sort of holding up her face and doesn't seem to know what to do.
Do they have the banging tube thing? Is that what that is? Those are funny. I will try and break the window again.
Okay, yeah, roll again.
That's a 3.
You like push it. You think that like your excuse in your head is that they're like latched onto something, they're caught on something. You can't move them because there's something big in the way stopping them from moving.
Fine, you get to live today. Your neighbors will not be as lucky. I'm just gonna float over to the next house with an upstairs window.
I can't be asked by who else.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you get to another.
I'm not even going to knock. I am going to just fly at the window and see if I can punch it open.
Sure, you roll.
13?
So that'd be what, plus 5?
13 plus 2. Yeah.
15. Yeah. So, you just like fly up to one, hold up your hands, and just bash against them, and they crack open. They do like slam close again and then slam open again. Inside, you don't see anybody in the upper floor. Just one second. However, you do hear what sounds like a terrified yelp from the lower floor.
Doesn't sound like a human.
It sounded like this.
I'm going to float down the stairs.
Oh god, that's ominous.
I mean, unless they have like a chimney that will go to the lower floor and I can just very menacingly appear.
They don't have like a chimney.
Yeah.
So you just like, it's like just a 2-room,
Yeah.
2-floor kind of deal. You float into the stone room. There's like a circular stairwell. You just float down. There's barely enough room, so you're basically just floating about half a foot off the floor. You just silently float into the room. There's basically a man there with a spear, and another man there with a bow, aimed at They're both aiming at the door.
Okay.
They're aimed at the front door. So they're facing directly away from you. You just float into the room behind them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right up behind them. So that their ranged weapons are gonna be a little bit useless and be like, good morning.
Okay. Why do you roll intimidate?
That's a 17. What do I get? What's my plus to that? It's a plus 7, isn't it?
Yeah, you're plus 7.
Yeah.
So you rolled 24. They actually roll pretty well, but they still get like 16 and 17.
Yeah.
So these guys are usually fairly brave, but they both shit themselves.
Literally shit themselves.
You get the distinct smell of brown.
That's fucking gross.
They both kind of like tremble and fall over away from you. The one guy he's on his back, but he's holding the spear up. The other guy just like dropped the bow and just has a dagger.
I'm gonna go for the guy that just dropped his bow.
Okay. So he will attempt to. So we're gonna like not bother with his initiative or anything here, but because he's like prepared with the dagger, he's going to try and stab you.
Okay.
And then you can try to do whatever it is you're doing.
Okay.
So he rolls a 12 to hit.
Yeah.
I'm guessing 12, doesn't it? Right.
My AC is 15.
Yeah, so he doesn't hit you. Basically, you just dodge fairly effortlessly out the way. I don't know why I'm rolling damage. Okay, and then you do what?
So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to grab him and like cut his throat with the poison dagger.
Okay. Sure.
What do I need to roll for that?
Just roll an attack with the roll.
That's a 16.
Okay. And I'm assuming.
And I get is that a plus 7 to hit with the dagger?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay.
So yeah, you hit.
Do I roll the 1d4 damage?
I was gonna say whatever the damage is. So 1d4.
That's a 3 on the dice.
I love the prediction. I don't know if this specifies. Oh, it says dagger of venom, 2d10 poison.
Oh, okay.
Let me just roll the con save. They fail the con save.
Okay. Can I roll the 2d10?
Yeah.
That's a 3 and a 6.
Okay.
That's a 9.
So, imagine you try to go for the slit throat.
Yeah.
And you don't quite manage that. You manage to slice just below and kind of just to the upper abdomen area.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of blood does leak out, but he also does seem to just kind of die. You assume of the poison.
Okay.
So he just like falls directly forward towards you. Just as a little bit of a yeah, I was gonna say as a DM suggestion, you just place the basin in front of yourself.
Yeah. I will just place the basin on the floor and float to the side so he can just fall on that and bleed.
Okay. So he falls into it.
Yeah, so I let the body get while his friend watches.
Yeah, so his friend has like cracked open the front door and seems to be just legging it.
How full is the bowl?
You expect after it empties, this guy was a bit bigger. You think maybe he'll have like 25 liters in it.
Okay. So, well, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna let his friend get a running head start.
Yeah.
And then when this guy is done bleeding, I am going to go after him.
You're just gonna wait.
I'm just gonna wait.
Okay.
It's funny when they think they can run away.
My god.
So am I talking like, can the mic pick me up?
Yeah, I did actually see the mic and do the voice again.
It's funny when they think they can run away.
Yeah, it is picking you up.
Yeah.
You're just a bit quiet.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good. So, you spend about, yes, it'd be about 5 to 10 minutes waiting for the bleeding to end.
Mhm.
You get your supply of blood, you pull him out. All the blood kind of comes off of him from the magic of the basin.
Yeah.
And you just drop the body. Then I guess you emerge looking for this guy.
Yes, I'm going to just... Yeah, I'm going to go after the guy that ran away.
So, looking around, you don't see him.
Can I sort of float up a bit higher and see if I can take a look around?
Yeah. Why don't you roll a perception check?
Yeah. That's an 11 on the dice.
Yeah.
What do I get to perception?
Just the +1.
Plus +1, so that's
Not
12.
perceptive. So yeah, you're looking around, you don't see him.
Mhm.
You think he might have hidden himself somewhere.
Okay. Do I have an idea of where people normally hide?
I guess you might, yeah. Why do you roll?
So I was going to say, would it be knowledge history if it's like, I've been here before, I know where the people hide?
Not really what it's supposed to be for.
Yeah.
I actually am going to suggest insight.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's a 3, so I probably fail.
yeah, you're not really sure. You're not really sure where he's gone.
Damn it. Bastard.
That guy just decided he wanted to live.
Can I sort of ominously sneak around, like, I'm to see if there's anybody else outside?
Sure. Okay. So you're just sort of hanging in the streets, just sort of.
Yes, I'm going to sort of hang through the streets and the back alleys.
Could you roll stealth, please?
20.
Okay, so you rolled 27.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, not 20. On the big, on my big chunky dice.
You big chicken.
Yes, I have a chunky D20 with a little miniature chicken in it.
Well, stealth of 27. It's now night as well, by the way. You think that all of the locals think you're gone. You start to hear like mumbling from inside the buildings, but you also notice the guy from earlier. He seemed that he was like hiding in amongst the trees of the forest to the west, and he's like slowly walking back to the sea.
Is he outside for? Is he outside the city wall?
Yeah.
Can I sit on top of the city wall? And when he walks back through, I'm going to pounce on him.
Yeah, I mean, that roll of 27, sure.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give me an attack roll with advantage?
Okay, so that's
Basically, make it the same attack roll as
Again,
if
with
we're
the-
using a dagger.
yeah. That's a 12.
With advantage. So.
With advantage, I'll roll again. Well, that's a 4, so I'm taking the 12.
Well, okay, that's 21 to hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you quite suddenly pounce on the guy. He's basically like prone and helpless, just under you.
Yes. Can I make it more intimidating and instead of using my knife, just bite him?
Yeah. I'm guessing like you don't always do that, but you're doing this.
It's like it's more fun to tease this guy because I am just going to grab him and bite him, classic vampire style.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing like you kind of bite his throat out, making an opening and just letting the blood just spurt into the basin.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll say you do that. You've collected about 35 litres of blood now.
That's enough. I'm just gonna look at the bottle like, that's enough. That's enough for today. I have other things to do. And just float back home.
So you know that you probably, in the back of your head, you notice that like some of the people actually got back into the streets and stuff, and thought that you had gone, and you just float above with the basin, and you just hear a bunch of them start screaming and losing it, but you just don't care, and and float back to. You would think maybe, but you actually want to be going now deep below. There's a tunnel that leads into the bottom of the ziggurat. You had it dug a long time ago because it was a much easier way to get to your mother very quickly. That's where she will be waiting.
So I'll go and I'll go give this to my mum, I guess.
Okay. So you float in. It's regular stone for quite a while, and then eventually you get to a kind of quite ornate carved opening with lots of intrinsic markings all over the walls with separate stones that have consist of this building. And then as you come into that opening, the entire walls are all like that as well. It's a massive hollow space with just what appears to be sort of a bed and sort of a sarcophagi that your mother sleeps in. It's just open, there's no lid for it as such or anything like that. It's sort of a large stone mural she just sleeps in. And before it as well, just to the left, sort of hovering above her, is the entity that you know as Mark Sephiroth, your stepfather, who I just refuse to describe what he looks like. Just one moment before you do anything, Ravena. Yes, Brandon, could you please just start saying the things that he's probably whispering to his beloved?
Oh dear. Probably whispering things about destroying the world and enslaving all of humankind. You know, just the things you do when you're a demon with a vampire queen for a wife, you know?
Yeah, the romantic things, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and just discussing how they can brutally slaughter all the things that aren't food.
Okay. So you're just coming into that scene.
Hello, Mark.
Hello, daughter.
You're not
What?
my dad.
We have this discussion every time. It is a turn of phrase.
I got the blood again. Now can I go?
Yes. Where are you hurrying off to so quickly?
I don't need to tell you that.
As you say that, Lilitu's eyes open. The bright red eyes, which have no whites, but do have small black pupils. Obviously, she's very scantily clad, dark-skinned woman. Anything she is clad in is mostly gold. She sort of stands up. It seems like she doesn't need to support herself. She just sort of, her back just starts to float, and she's suddenly stood in her bed. And she says, Arthur, good to see you. Have you brought the sacrifice again?
They're getting lazy and they're not doing it themselves anymore.
That's why I choose you to go and get it for me.
Can you get it yourself for the next few days? I'm busy.
But daughter, you remember, we can't go out during the day.
There's no sunlight here anyway, Mom, you're fine.
Well, I still don't really like it.
Get Mark to do it.
Well, I just think that's a little too harsh.
He needs to do something around here anyway.
Also, Mark is not actually the greatest at...
I was about to say, there might not be any bodies left when I'm done.
Yeah, he misses. He misses the pace and the line. Well, anyway, my dear daughter, there is actually something I wanted to let you know about before you went running off.
What is it?
Well, you and I haven't spoken much about your father, have we?
Why do you want to tell me that now?
Oh,
I thought you knew what I'm doing.
No, I don't. Look, daughter, I don't get involved in your little trifles. But, listen, recently my servants, my eyes and ears, have told me that he was recently at a location, a town of these, the what they call them, Elec people. Those people far to the north. There's apparently a town called Shruf. Funny name, isn't it? But yes, apparently he was there, and he killed a god. Apparently, I assume he must not have been much of a god.
The new gods are weak and stupid.
Yes, it was fun for me though. The sun didn't move for a bit. But yes, if that might be of interest to you.
I didn't know the sun moved. I've never seen it.
Oh yes. Perhaps you'll see it someday.
Well, what do you want me to do about him?
Oh, I don't mind, darling. I just thought I'd let you know. Sorry, I'm just drinking this blood. It's really nice.
Lovely language.
It's good.
Okay, well, I'm leaving.
Okay. You wouldn't be happening to plan to go. Oh, would you?
I'm going to hang out in the woods.
Ah, okay. Well, I suppose we'll be seeing you, daughter.
Bye, Mom.
Yes, be seeing you around.
Goodbye, Mark.
Goodbye, daughter.
So, as Ravena flies out of the large room, we'll just stick with Lilitu and Mark Sephiroth for a second. Lilitu just turns to Mark Sephiroth, he having some very strange shape that I refuse to describe. With at least two wings.
One wing's cool.
Multiple wings.
Is he at least wearing too many belts? Like a
Absolutely.
JRPG character.
I think there's definitely multiple of everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Definitely not a number of wings though, just to piss you off.
Multiple of everything except wings. Oh god.
It's 5 wings.
There you go, sorted.
Lilitu turns to him and says, darling, could you just keep an eye on her the next day or so.
I'm sure I can manage that, my love.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that she might, I don't know, she might want to go and off and explore and, just do something kind of crazy.
Well, I can chuck noise under her this crazy.
True. Yeah. I wonder if you're not the best person for this job. Oh well, go have fun.
Oh, don't worry, she'll come back unharmed. Half
Yeah.
the world might be burnt, but that's neither here nor there.
Yes, well, she better come back unharmed. For your sake.
Indeed.
Now we go back to Ravena. So it's now night.
Yeah.
And she's going somewhere?
So she's floating off to where in the woods she usually goes to hang out with her friends.
Okay.
And on the way is going to be talking to the cats. I think this should be the week I go and eat Dad.
You just hear in your head, you're gonna go eat your dad?
I told you, I just want to kill him. I don't like that I have a human dad.
Yeah, I could see her. I would hate it.
How the fuck do you kill a god when you're just a human?
Well, I think your mum's right. Probably wasn't much of a god.
The new gods are stupid.
So as you're floating, you're walking. You're not walking. You never walk. You're floating towards this dead forest. Now, you're talking about your friends. I believe you said we sort of changed the names a bit.
We said we would, then we didn't.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I might like a reminder of their names anyway.
So, the main three are a siren known as Circe, a pixie called Pandora,
Right.
and a satyr just nicknamed Kiddo.
Oh, yeah. Well, just on the edge of the forest, you actually see Kiddo. He is sat in a tree. He's playing some kind of flute.
Go float over and flick him in the head, like, there you are.
He's like... he just gets interrupted in his somewhat meh song. And he just goes, you... Well, hey, Ravena. Guess what?
What?
I met a new person.
Who?
She's spooky.
Who around here isn't?
Anyway, he drops down with a thump onto his hooves. And he says, I want to lead you to her. She's at a tree. You know, she hangs out in a tree. She's weird like that.
I mean, what else is there around here anyway? Let's go.
Yeah, we're going to be able to find that damn tree again.
Probably the only
You live here, you know the trees better than me.
So you're walking for like 2 hours. He's like, I thought it was east, but it was west.
Have you tried headbutting things less?
No? Why would I do that? Love headbutting things. What do you mean? I don't know.
It's like maybe that's why you have no sense of direction.
I know which way we're... Oh, there it is. So, there's a much bulkier dead tree. But it also appears to be a little bit strange because it's not like the other trees around. The other trees are like mostly oak. This tree seems to be a willow tree. And just sort of sat in it, I imagine, is an entity. Would you like to describe what she looks like?
Yeah, this kind of sat. It's like just behind where that willow tree leaves, kind of hang. It's kind of can't see her from the start, but then it blows that way and just see this very, very tall figure. And at first, you probably could easily mistake it as like a wood carving statue of a tall woman. Like maybe like kind of rough bark on her skin. She's kind of got cloven like feet. And it's kind of like segmented where her body is. And then the only part of her face that looks carved, like smooth, is her face. but it almost looks like a mask, how it's placed on her face.
Mm.
But it's like quite a sweet and beautiful woman. Like green hair, kind of like military leaves falling down. Everything about it's kind of elongated, kind of unnaturally. There's very long, spindly fingers that kind of end in claws. And it's just standing there, just watching. Just watching.
Yeah. We'll turn to a friend and say, "Oh, is this your girlfriend?"
He like blushes, and he's like, I wish. Look, I headbutted her tree. I think she likes me.
I'll sort of float around the tree, sort of looking at you like, "Are you new here?"
In a way. Hello.
Hello. I'm the princess of this place.
Ravena.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. I trust you know my friend here.
Yes, little aphid.
Oh.
Is he a pet?
We just call him Kiddo. He's kind of like a pet.
Are you attached?
What, him? He's just my friend.
Though there is an attachment.
At this point,
But please don't kill him. It's just funny to watch him headbutt things.
Well, maybe not headbutt me next time.
yeah, understood. Yeah. It's at this point that your Tressum Bartholomew.
He's my Bathory.
Sorry, Bathory. Bartholomew Bathory. Bathory. His eyes seem to go wide as he's looking at this creature. Like, Did you hear in your head? This creature is very old, I think. And kind of makes a little bit of a very meow.
It's okay, Batty. It's fine.
Can I have a survival roll from a beast, please?
That is 16 plus 7.
Yeah.
So you get plus 7 to survival.
Good. So, a little bit of a scene breakaway. Your master, Lucian, who is basically in a very large, noble gear, big black cape, he has sort of blonde hair, somewhat unkempt for a noble, but otherwise is clean-shaven, very pale skin, sort of almost feline-like eyes. He sort of turns to you. You seem that you're kind of gathering things for a journey. You know that he's planning to go north and have a bit of a travel throughout the country. He sort of turns to you and goes, Trevor, it is, yes?
Victor, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Victor. I think Trevor is the other fella. Well, Victor, could you actually just go follow the dear princess, please? I need you to do me a favor. Just sort of let her know that she could come with us if she wished. Throughout the country.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir. I'll start walking over, and I'm just like halfway there. I was like, "Oh, this!"
So there's no way she hears you. You're like miles away. You like see her like float into the forest, but after that point, you don't know where she was. Which is why I wanted the survival check, because you basically from that point you use your senses, your sense of smell, and your just natural tracking ability to follow where she went. So we'll just continue the conversation for a little bit.
So who are you?
Yateveya,
Yate.
if you like.
Yes. I haven't seen the tree people in a while. I didn't know tree people still lived here.
We can, when allowed. A lot of food.
That is true.
Yes. I've had a bit of Gluttonous moment, really. He kind of looks at the roots of the trees, and he probably doesn't see a hand. There's probably a reason why there's not been much blood in the vein.
Just don't take what's mine and my mom's, okay? My mom will get very mad, and then she gets mad at me.
It was a... Is it... You said Kate? Is that her mum that you sent in the message?
No, it's just it's something else.
Who she gets to deal with?
Oh, yes. Well, it's not... She could be related like that, I suppose.
No, who is it that she has to deal with?
Yeah, Kate. A different person. Yeah, she lives in this forest. Ravena knows who Kate is as well. She's basically the kind of mother of witches.
Cool.
We were going to go bully the people in that weird little village right out in the other end of the woods, if you wanted to come with us.
Yes, please. That works for me. She's just like trailing behind you. She's like very, very silent, but also very, very close. She's very tall, so she's kind of doing that like up straight and then bent, just looking constantly. No eyelids, never blinks.
Are Cersei and Pandora coming, or is it just us three this time?
Kiddo sort of looks around and goes, I can go find her if you want.
Please do.
Okay. He just runs into the forest. In
I'll
like a seemingly random direction.
I'll just continue walking, saying he knows where we're going. Oh.
When I'm away from me, I just grab things, so if I accidentally eat your friend, I am sorry.
Try not to do that.
Okay. So you walk out of the forest again. On the way, a man, you think a human, appears before you. Why don't you describe what Victor looks like a little bit?
So Victor's kind of like, yeah, he's about like 6 foot tall or so, but he's quite a stocky build as well. Very short but quite shaggy hair. Very square facial features with lots of like battle marks on it, but it's also got quite like an extended like jaw as well. So he is very bestial in his nature. In terms of like outfit, it's kind of like a while his commander, let's say, was in very like royal regal gear, his outfit looks a lot more streetwise, like almost like a popped up collar trench coat type deal. All black, obviously, but it's like very street clothes and just like rough, rugged, and very stocky.
You probably recognize the fashion as being that of a Darklander.
Oh. These people love me. They turned up a while ago, and... Are you lost?
Miss, I came here looking for you. Word is, you're heading up north somewhere. Me master basically said, you're welcome to join us. Saves you a bit of a trip.
Who told you that?
It was Commander... Not Lioness. Who was it again? Blondie. Let's go, Blondie.
You probably think if there was a blonde noble, it would have been Lucian.
Oh, yes.
You know Lucian is a very kind of... he's a bit strange for a noble, in the sense that he's not particularly strange. He's kind of like a normal guy, other than being a vampire. All the other ones seem a bit more mad or eccentric.
I don't need a babysitter. I keep telling this to Mark.
Well, miss, all I can say is, it's an invitation. Definitely cuts down journey times if you just float in there. Also, you know, always nice to have a bit of help with those tan tugs.
She'll just sort of give him a look and then just keep floating down the road where she was going.
A short while later, you see three Fae that you know, Kiddo, Pandora, and Cersei, seem to emerge from the forest. they kind of like unintentionally get into Victor's face for a minute, just like kind of what was the word? They kind of run into him, or fly into him, and then they sort of buzz around him and then chasing after you. Cersei is the...
She's a siren.
She's the siren, right?
Like one of the bird sirens.
She just...
Fish one couldn't live in this forest.
Yeah. Cersei sort of is quite small, but still, humanoid sort of size flying woman.
Yeah.
She flies into a tree nearby you and goes, "Gah!" Then she then she realizes she's not flown into a tree. She is stood on Yate.
Kiddo made a new friend.
And then she looks down and sees a face and goes, "Gah!" and flies off back onto a tree and goes, "What's that? What's that?"
That was rude. Hello, talking bird.
Yato, this is Cersei. Cersei, this is Yato. This is our new friend now.
Hey, Rio.
Right. He's a dryad.
Yeah, I haven't seen a dryad in ages. I didn't think they still lived here.
I haven't seen a dryad since I went to the west. Way west. That's where the elves live. Great.
Have you been in the north?
No.
Because I was gonna go north this week. Because I was going to try and kill my dad.
Ooh.
Sounds
And
fun.
now my mom says my dad killed God. And I really want to drain my dad.
That's Pandora goes, "Ooh, kill dad. I think to kill dads. Do you know how many dads I killed?"
I think I lost count.
Yeah, so did I. There was more than 5. Now, listen. If I'm killing dads, you've got to go right into the eye and then out the other one.
I'm too big to do that, so I probably need to call you.
Happy.
But can't I summon you? Or does Kate...
Oh.
Kate knows how to summon you, right?
Guess you could. I think you might have to talk to Kate.
Where's Kate?
Ooh, you want to go to see Kate? And Kiddo's just like
Yes.
looking up like, "You want to go see Kate?"
I like
I'm a
it.
good...
You know Kate?
Yes. He gave me a home.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, Kate knows everyone.
Okay.
She's been here, like, ages.
At this point, it's Cersei. She kind of goes, "Kate, alright, Kate, off we go, Kate." And she just starts like flying and flapping her wings and starts floating sort of through a particular direction. Out of interest, because, there's like the Fae and then there's Ravena. They seem to know what's going on. I feel like Victor probably doesn't know who Kate is.
No idea.
Yeah. I don't know if he intends to say anything about it, or if he...
At this point, he's kind of just tagging along. It's like, I mean, the only thing he's really thinking about after hearing things is like, bleeding parrots. Just hearing the siren fly off. It's like, he has no idea. He's just hearing the sound from a bird, like, bleeding parrots. No, little bastards.
You stay there. You get the car and bring it here, and I will meet you before daybreak.
You got it, man.
Goodbye, strange man.
I told you those people like me. They're
See you,
useful.
talking tree.
You probably have a sense
Give it.
that he's... you probably do have a sense that he's not human. But, yeah. Okay, I guess you've been given a mission then, so you go
Yeah.
back to go. I guess you tell your master that she wants you to kind of park the carriage outside the forest for her.
Technically, she said wherever we were. So I'm gonna go get the carriage, drive it through the forest to exactly where we were.
Nice. Okay. Are you not even going to tell your master?
No, I'm gonna go tell him. It's like, I've just got orders from the princess. She wants me to go fetch the carriage, so I'm off to do that.
And I'm just imagining he's probably assuming that you're going to do something sensible. So he's like, oh, well, okay, well, I suppose that seems fine. I suppose we'll see you back here in a few hours.
You definitely will.
I think we'll just point out is the wisdom of this creature. Oh, it's the intelligence, yes. Intelligence up 6. Anyway.
That's what they're doing. Brilliant.
You're travelling through the forest. I'm going to just point out, by the way, a lot of this I am abbreviating a little bit because it's kind of your home turf that you're used to and you know where things are and stuff. There's probably a bit of a thing about that is that you might realise you could have had options at this time at a later date, but I think we're just going to kind of assume that you just didn't want to do certain things at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find your way through the dark forest, and you come to a place you haven't been to before. Whenever you've met Kate, it's been outside the forest. But you quite quickly realise that it's Kate's grove. There's 2 large wooden poles sticking out of the ground surrounding this place, and then stones surrounding in a large circle. The space itself is about 50 foot in radius, about 100 feet wide.
Yeah.
In it, there's a clearing with no trees and a sort of moss floor. As a large pond. Seems to be full of frogs and frog spawn. On closer inspection, they all seem to be eating each other. However, they don't seem to ever run out. And next to the pond, there is a very odd-looking grotto. They're mostly made out of just stone, a little bit of wood here and there, thatched sort of roof. There is a large black door. It's oddly wide, roughly like twice the width that any human would need it to be. And next to the door is a opening that kind of makes a sort of window. And from that window you can see a kind of just a fiery light consistently, but occasionally you see the blast of another colour, such as green or purple, and there'll be a accompanying burst of gas that emits from said window. You're pretty sure from your interactions with Kate that this is her place.
Yeah. I'll sort of float across the circle and knock on the door.
Okay.
Kate?
Okay. So you just go Kate?
Yes.
Okay.
Kate, are you in?
Okay. So a few seconds pass, and the door, like, there's a little wooden knob handle.
Yeah.
It cracks and turns, and the door just slightly opens out of a creak.
Are you busy?
And then it slowly opens fully with a very loud. And within, it's actually now dark. There's no light. From the darkness emerges a woman wearing a sort of large black robe that sort of it splays out further than her actual end of her body at her feet, and you know that it has no shoulders to it. It's just kind of almost like a toga.
Yeah.
She has long black hair. Actually, one sec. I say black hair. Maybe just about black. Oh, I don't. Yes, I do. So, she has long grey hair. Some of it seems to have kind of splayed, as if she's losing it, her hair. And her features seem kind of aged. She has got wrinkles and large bags under her eyes. Her nose seems to be a bit longer than you remember it being before. And her eyes are with a green irises. She then approaches from the darkness and goes, "Oh, who comes to the grove? Ravena!
Hi, Kate.
It's good to see you. Good to see you." You probably are thinking to yourself, why is she on?
Yeah. Wow, I know I've not been able to hang out for a bit, but I didn't think it was that long.
What do you mean, my dear?
You look different.
You also note that she seems to be speaking a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, you misunderstand, dear. It changes. But, anyways, I see you've met my new friend.
Hello, Kate.
Good to see you. You brought some others. The other three, that you note that they have not actually walked into the circle. They're just stood right on the outside of it.
I've told you about them before. I hang out with them all the time.
Yes.
Kiddo looks scarier than he is. It's fine.
She kind of like waves a hand, and you sort of turn. When you're looking at her, you hear a sound sort of behind you as she waves her hand, and when you turn to look back, the three of them are now actually stood right behind you by the pond, and they all like look around like kind of shocked, and there was no sound or anything associated with it. She goes, yes, you're welcome here for now. Ravena's here. What can I do you for?
Well, you know how I said I wanted to go and kill my dad?
Thanks.
I'm finally going to go and do that.
I remember the many diary entries there, yes.
I'm finally going to go and do that. Apparently he killed a god. I don't think humans can do that.
Well...
And I'm going to eat him.
Oh, very fun. Well, that's very fun indeed. But what is it exactly you want from me, dear?
I want a way to call them when I'm gone.
Ah.
Because I'm probably gonna... I don't know what North is like.
Well, there's the sun. Don't get much of that around here. I really need to get some. Anyway, do you want more, if you would like, in exchange for one task?
What is it?
I would like a dog.
Just a dog?
And not just any hound. I would like a worthy dog to be my pet and servant. There is actually one such suitable one in this forest if you would like to retrieve that, and in which case I will wait for you to go get it and bring it to me, and then I will do you one better than just your friends here. I will even help you get to the north very quickly indeed. I know a location.
I have a ride.
You have a ride? Oh, I see. So you wouldn't want...
But I can get a dog. I can get you a dog.
I feel like I will owe you then. I feel like I owe you more than just your friends. Which I can assign to you. I can bind them to you if need be. But, in fact, you know what? I will just go ahead and do that for you now. Since you're being so generous. She flicks her finger and kind of cracks her neck. I wonder if I can actually can. Oh, I can. And then suddenly, even though she was stood in the doorway, the door like slammed shut and she was somehow inside. And you turn and to look and like that the Fey friends are gone. Except for the Yate is still stood there. The fire from the inside that is making the light at that window seems to be on again. And you hear sounds of bubbling, the cracking of some kinds of materials, rubbing of some kind of sandy material against some kind of flesh, it sounds like. Occasional sort of possibly something being chopped. You're not exactly sure what is happening. Some smoke also emerges from the window. And then after a short time, you hear what sounds like all three of your friends just scream out in pain at the same time. And then the door opens again. There's no light inside. She emerges and she holds out 3 beads. One of 3 different colours. It's a red bead, a green bead, and a blue bead. Says, yes, now your friends can follow you anywhere.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
But I thought this is what the gilded flower thing did.
Yeah, but I wanted to. I wanted to do it like this.
Flavor it.
Yeah. She then just goes, right, so. If you're treating this hound for me, well, I will owe you, my dear. I don't know what exactly you would like, but I owe you.
I have until sunrise. Where is the dog?
Oh, it's just a little town to the south of here. I'm sure you'll figure it out. They've been having issues with that dog. It's been hounding them. Yes. Anything else?
Where is it? I will go get it.
Right. Do you want me to draw you a little map, my dear? She kind of, she actually eventually draws you a little map and shows you where it is, and then you realize, oh, this is a little town in the woods that you have actually spooked out before, just by basically floating outside of it. The locals seem to be very, very insular, very, very superstitious, and you, a floating lady dressed all in black, scare the shit out of them.
Can I take these 3 beads and attach them to my cat's collar for safekeeping?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just Batty, come here.
He's like, why'd you what?
Hold this.
So he struggles so much.
Batty, stop it. Just
He's like, yeah.
here, hold my hands.
It's like, I don't like it when you play with my neck.
I'm gonna start petting his belly to calm him down.
It's like, no, I like that. Oh.
He's really annoyed but can't figure out what's worse.
Yeah. Makes a kind of annoyed, kind of happy meow. And also then he goes, And when he climbs up onto your shoulder, he goes, I don't like dogs.
You can fly. Why are dogs scary?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like
Looks like I do get to go bully the weirdo village after all.
Yeah. So you've been there before. You know where it is.
Is Free Lady coming with me?
Oh, actually, yes. Please do take her with you.
Yes, I will come. I will watch.
This is going to be fun. These people are so scared of everything. It's hilarious.
Shall we take the man that smells like beasts?
If he's there.
I think he's waiting for us.
I'll sort of very hurriedly float off in the direction of where I know the weirdo village is.
Okay. Further to the east of the forest, I want to just paint a bit of a picture here for people. Imagine a carriage or wheels. It's Victorian style. It doesn't have any windows. No drapes either, nothing like that. It has space for the coachman to sit, and it has a space for 2 horses to be bridled. In this case, said horses have a kind of matte black fur/skin. They have skeletal wings. They have pupilless red eyes. And they have elongated mouths full of canine teeth. And this carriage with the horses and our dear coachman at the helm are flying towards the forest at the location they were last at. Why don't you give me either an animal handling or, like, I guess a vehicle control check. I would say that he is proficient with vehicle.
Evil nightmare horses.
Okay. Well, if I'm proficient, I might as well do that one. Well, no, proficient didn't go through that. Let's do that. So that's a 4. Even with proficiency, the +3, so 7. Animal handling's normally under wisdom, right?
Yeah.
So that's 8 total.
Okay. So basically you smash through many trees.
That was the plan.
Yeah, but I mean, like, more than you probably intended to in this case.
You'd be surprised.
You smash through many of them and basically make almost a big clearing from the sort of opening into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where some people might start to think that this was some old road that is now overgrown.
Yeah, that was the plan.
You get there and they're not there.
Alright. I look to go for a watch them and then realise that. Yeah, I don't. Alright. Well, I'll try and find them. I just try and, like, have a look around and see if I can actually, like, find any tracks or anything. Get a rough idea of where they're actually headed.
Okay. Roll survival, please.
That is a lot better. That is, what's that? 23?
Okay. Yeah. You're pretty sure you can see which direction they went into the forest. How do you proceed?
Have a look at which direction. I was like, yeah, I grabbed the reins and it's just like, I look at the horses and go, Ebony, pitch, go! And that just made them just start charging. And because they're ethereal, they kind of just phase through. The carriage just destroys the trees as it goes.
This is... Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So he's also slightly protected from his sat position, as the front of the carriage is just in front of him before it actually would hit him. He might get splayed by a few tree bits here and there. However, most of these trees are dead, and therefore break quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just carving a path of destruction through this forest.
Yeah.
Okay, so you eventually come to the grove we mentioned earlier. You can see that they were at this grove, surrounded by stones and with torches. You do see the torches before you get like within about 50 feet.
Okay.
But then you can see that they did turn away and go south.
Right. Okay. So, I'll stop at the grove very quickly and just get out very quickly, just go up to the door and just start bashing on. I was like, oi, anyone in?
I just realized things.
Chances are Bill's couch is going to sag another hand.
Oh no! So, you're pretty sure there was somebody inside. You thought you saw some fire. But as this door cracks open, you see this old woman. You think a human woman? She has long grey hair. You just described it before,
Yeah.
you know what she looks like. She's sort of hunched over, and you think she must be ancient. 90 or something. She goes, "Oh dear, I can't see. Who's that? Can I get a good look at you?"
I kind of just like see it crack and it's like, oi, looking for the princess. She ain't been here, has she?
The princess? Oh, the dear princess. Yes, she went south. She did. Yes, yes. You know, you smell quite strange, my dear.
Enough of that. You said south. Anywhere in particular?
Well, she was going to a place called Doof. Mabandoof. Why do you ask?
She wanted the carriage. I'm dropping it off, giving her a lift.
Oh, you do know her. That's a pity. And she just closes the door.
Yeah, so I just start heading south, but now that I know I'm aiming for the town, I go for the town.
Okay. We'll come back to you guys. So, I guess the two of you plus others, you guys approach. So, I want you to imagine that there's like a cliff. There's sort of a hill on one side that kind of curves around. Just imagine just on one sort of about 20-foot wide section is a hill that leads up to the top of a cliff, and the village is on top of that cliff. There's a sort of surrounding wooden wall. It's quite thin, but it's tall, about 15 foot. There are people who sort of watch over the wall from some kind of platforms from the inside. You're not sure exactly how many people are actually in the village, but yeah, it seems to be quite heavily guarded. The forest is sort of hanging below the cliff as the trees don't grow up there.
These people are so funny. I'll just stand in the woods and watch them and they all just panic.
Yeah, interesting.
I've never seen anybody leave, like, ever.
Oh, well, that's good then.
Well, tell me about how you approach.
So I'll sort of... It's like, usually I would walk up towards sort of the front gate and sort of stand there and watch them, but this time I'll sort of circle around. Sort of... Like, wherever the least guarded area is. Gonna surprise them.
I think theoretically, if you were to be able to enter from cliffside, the cliff itself is about 20 foot tall, and then the actual walls are then 15 foot. So if you could get up on top of the cliff, you could then stand there and then float above the wall if you wanted to. You doubt that they're guarding that because they probably don't expect to be attacked from that side.
I mean, if that's a height I can levitate, then I'll do that.
You can levitate 20 foot high, can't you?
Yeah.
So you could just basically, you float up on top of the cliff and then float above. So what's Yate going to do, though? You want to know what some spells do?
Yeah, but I have. What does mold earth do?
Mold earth, well, it literally, like, it's what it sounds like. You can basically take some earth and move it. You can take a 5 foot cube of it and just move it, like, once per turn. You can also change the shape of the earth. It says dirt or stone. You make it into difficult terrain. It's kind of good for very rapid digging.
Yeah.
Would you use it to like put stairs in the side of the cliff?
That's what I was thinking. It's kind of got
You're saying Minecraft.
that and like kind of form it, just kind of like.
She just starts punching the ground and it starts breaking away in blocks. She just endbands it.
I'm just kind of imagining using kind of mold earth book as like to climb down that kind of very ring girl kind of
Yeah.
movement kind of.
I'm imagining you make a kind of like back and forth. You like just pull sections of the earth out so that there's kind of almost like a stuff for you to grab onto. Is what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
It would take you about 30 seconds pull the dirt out, and then probably about another 30 seconds to climb up. Yeah, I think you could probably do it. Do you wait for her? Or?
I'll wait for her. I'll stand on top of the cliff and wait.
You just see her just like magically looking at the dirt, and I guess like how do you want to describe this? How she does
I
this?
think it kind of, it's like roots start to come out and just kind of like take the dirt. Like it's like something's embedded from where C stands, goes up and just basically
Yanks it into. I'm not going to get shoved into the cliff.
Yeah.
So you're just seeing this like roots just push dirt into the cliff, making kind of a climbing space for her.
And then again, very like ring girl-esque, that kind of like
Yeah.
disjointed.
You see her body just sort of distorting and shifting such that she can kind of climb up very gradually.
I'm reminded of the video that went viral a while ago. It's clearly like CGI edited, but it looks like a long, tall, Slender Man-esque thing is climbing over this apartment building.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm imagining, that kind of weird, creepy movement.
See, for a moment I thought you were talking as Ravena.
No.
Ravena just watched the YouTube clip.
Yeah. Okay. So then you both are on top of the cliff behind these walls. How tall is your Teo actually?
6'5". That's just very
Right.
slender, but very, very tall.
Right.
And,
I was imagining like even fucking taller.
yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like-
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's tall for like a normal woman.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
imagine
about.
if she's like
Yeah.
very. If she's like 7 foot tall, or something.
Yeah, probably about 7 foot.
Yeah,
It's like very spindly, very thin, very.
yeah. Such that it
Think
looks
like,
it
what was
looks a
it?
bit weird.
Yeah. What was it? The Other Mother.
Yeah,
Caroline when she's in her full.
I was thinking that. A little
That
bit.
kind of.
Okay. So you two are up there now.
So what is the easiest way down the cliff to get into the village?
Oh no, you misunderstand. The village is on the cliff.
Oh, okay.
So you're like right in front of you now is like a wooden wall made out of it's the wooden poles with spikes at the top.
Okay.
15 foot tall.
Is it easy to break through?
I mean, you don't even need to because you could just float over.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll sort of. I guess I will sort of wait for her to get there and then float over the edge, then float over it.
Okay. Are you trying to be subtle?
I'm trying to be sneaky.
Okay, just roll stealth for me.
Okay. That's a 14. Do I think I get a bonus to stealth, do I?
Pretty sure you do.
Yeah, it's filled in, so that's a...
You have overall +7.
Yeah.
You get 21. Okay. I need a particular stat block. Just one moment. Okay. Right. Okay. You float over and you see people. It looks to be. You think just quickly looking around. There's not many buildings in here. This actual town, quote unquote, is very small. It's makes up about 5 buildings, and you think you looking around. There's maybe 20 people here. Also, you know that none of them seem to have realised you're there.
Yeah.
Just out of interest, does Yate try to follow? Or...
Yeah, she's following.
Sure. How's she doing that?
How tall is the walls again?
It's like 15 foot.
15 foot.
Pretty high.
She's probably use like fawn whip to try and like grab onto the walls and drag herself up.
Okay.
The thing is, they're made of wood, surely she can climb that. With some drying power.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, do you know, like control plants or something?
I have Druid Cuffs, Lily, Fawn Whip, Mold Earth Tremor, Goodberry, Speak of Animals. Then that's my at-will ones. And do Enlarge, Reduce, Moonbeam, Spike Growth, Colline, Tidal Wave.
Oh, that's a funny thought. You have enlarge.
Yeah.
If you wanted to enlarge yourself, you'd.
Oh, yes,
double-
only on myself. I can only do it.
You double in size.
Yeah, could you not enlarge yourself
yeah.
and climb the wall?
I can
Yeah,
enlarge
because
myself.
7 foot, double to 14. There you go.
Yeah.
But you just reach at the top and just push yourself over
Yeah,
it.
I just do that. I just enlarge and just basically, as she grows, and just basically hand comes up.
Um, same question. You trying to be subtle here, or
Yeah. That's
okay?
good.
Why don't you roll stealth? Or perhaps.
I get a plus.
Like obviously, Ravena was silent because she just floats.
9 to 15.
15. Okay. So Ravena isn't spotted or heard. You're not heard either. However, it appears that a woman on the other side, who was just sort of stood in the middle of the town, just looking around. It looks like she was talking to some kids. She just like stops what she's doing, looks over as she sees this giant woman made of like wood, like about 14 feet tall, terrifyingly crawl over the wall like a spider.
That's how fantastic the music plays.
Oh no!
The woman with the kids are telling you again.
So she just goes, Toms! I'm going to say for now roll initiative.
Yeesh.
5. With a +3, so 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Eight plus. What's my initiative?
Yeah, wow, you bad rolls.
Just say my initiative. What is it usually?
It's just dex bonus if it doesn't say anything.
Oh, then 14.
Uh,
I'm on the couch.
okay. And I just.
Hey, Ben, your couch is technically on his way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's coming. He's coming. Actually, we will roll for your initiative as well.
This is rolling 16 3 times today. Plus dex, you said, right?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
Is he just gonna come crashing through the wall with the garage?
So the only thing is that he's not going to come in until like, I'm going to say 2 rounds. Victor. Okay, 20. So first to act is Yatevir. What you see is that there is this one lady, and there seems to be two men and another woman who have weapons, and they seem to be drawing them and aiming them towards you. I'll get more specific. The three people who are not that lady seem to be holding light crossbows.
Yeah.
They're pulling them out and aiming them towards you in particular. You think they haven't even noticed Ravena is there. And this other lady is just pulling out a sword.
Hello, little aphids. We're looking for a dog. And so she'll just go in and attack the ones that the big ones, the beavers.
The lady in the middle.
No, the ones that.
Oh, okay, with the crossbows.
Yeah.
So there's sort of two guys to your left, and there's a lady in a doorway to the right. They're both about equidistant away, about 30 feet away from you, whereas this other lady's about 50 foot away, further away in the middle of the town.
Yeah. I'll try and hit one of the closer ones, do or something. I'm going to do 2 Will of the Forest attacks.
Okay.
11. 22 to hit.
Yeah, you hit, yeah.
Cool, and that is... what damage do I do for that one?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's 2d8 plus another 2d4.
Okay. You know what, I'm gonna just
Okay, so that's 10 normal. That's 10 piercing damage. And then... 4 poison damage. And that was the first attack. Are they still alive?
no.
Cool, I attacked the other one. That'll be missing.
What is it?
One.
Maybe, yeah, probably. I mean, yeah, that'd just be automatic. So,
Oh, yeah.
you're what are you attacking with exactly here?
It's like claws, it's Will of Forest.
Oh, right. Oh, actually, also, with you being enlarged, you would have bonuses to attack as well. Big bonus damage from
Well,
that. Yeah.
dead anyway.
So basically, there's massive tree branches that are your claws. You just like pick one of them up by the abdomen and just blood sprays out their back. I'm imagining it's the two guys. Like one of you got one of them.
Yeah. Mine's like a little bit spray, but then some of it just because it's like roots just gets sucked.
Yeah.
Into her.
And the other one just like looks up like ah, and he just like jumps away from you as you kind of lazily claw at him. Okay. I'm guessing that'll be your turn.
Yes. It's my turn.
This lady who saw you before charges you. Tries to attack you with her sword. She was a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay, so she does 14 slashing damage.
Is it magical?
It is not magical.
Of course, that's reduced to 7.
Okay, so she does 7 damage.
Yeah.
She basically like cuts a little bit of wood out the side of your leg.
You know, it's like her face just like tweaks, just very naturally, just like and looks at her.
Yeah. Does she have the... Oh, she does actually get to attack again. Okay. And that would be 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. And that would be 8 damage. So half to 4. So yeah, just
Same
another
thing.
little... Barely even a cut, really. It's just a little bit of a mark in the wood.
Yeah.
Okay. She then... Who does she... Hold on, actually, just one sec. As she's charging you and she slices into you, she yells out... no! Devlin! No! And then she turns and goes, "Now, get out of here! Now, save the children!" God, that'd be horrific. That is Ravena Tepes.
How much? What is the range of Eldritch Blast?
Normally,
Yeah.
I believe it's 120 feet.
Like, how many people can I hit with it? Is it a single target attack or is it AoE?
It's single target, but it's well, it's technically so it's spell attack, but it's not necessarily. Hold on, let me just pull up. Eldritch Blast for a second.
And what's the range of Phantasmal Force?
1 sec. Eldritch Blast at you cast it at 5th level.
Yeah.
There you go. You would do 3 beams. Oh, just the 2 beams. You get the 3rd at next level. So you shoot 2 beams, and you can choose to put them on two on just one enemy, or you can split them 1 on each.
Okay.
How
How many of the ones with weapons are still standing?
3.
Okay. Well, I'll take out 2 of them then with the Eldritch Blast.
Spelled Phantasmal Force. Phantasmal Force has a range of 60 feet.
Okay. How many targets?
Well, it's craft an illusion. I think it's single target.
Yeah, it says the target.
Okay. Then I'll just Eldritch Blast 2 of them then.
Okay. Sure. So make your spell attacks then.
So what do I roll for spell attack?
So you see your spell attack bonuses there?
Yeah. So I roll the d20 and add the 7.
Yep.
Well, that's a 2 and then the 7, so
Could you
9.
actually just specify who you're attacking?
So 2 of the ones with weapons still standing.
Yeah, but there's the lady with the sword, and there's the 2. There's like a guy with a crossbow and a lady with a crossbow.
I'll go for the 2 with the crossbows.
Okay. So what'd you get?
Well, I got a 2 and then I get the +7, so that's a 9.
That misses.
Yeah.
Okay. But you get 2.
Okay.
You've got 2 blasts.
So the first one misses. That's a 17
Okay.
with a +7, so
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, that mega hits.
yeah.
So do your Eldritch Blast damage.
What do I roll damage on that?
It is D10 force damage.
D10 force. That's a 4.
Okay, it's 4 force damage. I was going to say, or you could have used if you wanted to, one of your special abilities that lets you turn it into necrotic damage.
Can I do that?
I am trying to recall how it works. Because you haven't used it before. I noticed that the rules just say do not die when killed. The first time
But people die if they are killed?
It says you can replace the. So you don't have to do anything, you can just decide.
Okay, so I'll decide that's necrotic.
Okay,
The one that missed wasn't, but this one is.
okay. And when you do so, you can roll an additional die. You can roll another d10.
Okay. That's 5.
Okay, so you do a total of 9 necrotic damage. So basically, imagine you just kind of look at one of them and hold out your hand, and basically, like, some of their life just drains out. Which one are you aiming towards? The one that's like near Yate, or
The one near Yate.
Okay, so this guy is just like his. Apparently, he's Nile. He like looks mostly dead now. He's gone very pale and kind of gaunt. He's just like, my lady, there's another crazy thing over there. But he seems to just about live. Is there anything else we wanted to do on your turn?
Let's see, I'm not sure if there's anything else I can really do. I'm gonna sort of stay at range.
Okay, you just stay around, floating around there.
Yeah, could I maybe float up onto one of the houses?
Yeah, you can do that, yeah. I mean, they're mostly ground floor anyway, so
Yeah.
you just like...
I'll just get up onto a house so I can sort of be at range from the people and still look out for this dog.
Okay.
Could I possibly even send the cat to be like, find the dog?
You can. Well, you're thinking it, so it goes into Baffery's mind.
Where's the dog?
Baffery's like, I don't see a dog. I'm gonna just roll perception for him. Okay. He's looking around like, yeah, I don't see any dogs, Ravena. You want me to go look around?
Yes.
So he just starts flying into the air, and he sort of floats around. You're not sure exactly what he's going to do, but he's going looking for it.
Yeah.
There's one building that's sort of larger than the rest. Out of it, this lady comes out. She's dressed a bit more kind of grandly than the rest, in the kind of robe. Very kind of meager blue robe with some fluff to it. And she calls out. She just kind of seems kind of arrogant when she does this, but she just kind of arrogantly calls out, grave monsters, leave our place! Seemingly deeply unaware of how much danger she's in. So, it's actually the people with their crossbows turn. Okay. One of them tries to run away from where Yate is stood. Esme. Yateveo gets a opportunity attack.
Oh, yay! Where is my fucking dice? There it is. 12 plus. Can I do Will of the Forest as a.
I don't know, is it an attack?
It's an attack. Melee. But it's a spell attack.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be a 23.
Yeah, you hit.
Cool.
I mean, he does.
Yeah.
You just describe what happens. Is he like turns away from you after looking at Ravena? Looks like he's gonna run away.
I think Yaseveo just kind of grabs him, picks him up, and you see her like mask-like face opens in 4 sections, and it's just basically like, you know, like a leech. But it's just rows and rows and rows of teeth, and bites his head off. And drinks his blood. And just
like a juice box.
Yeah.
If the locals weren't screaming before, now they really.
Her face flicks back on and then looks at the posh lady.
And she goes, "No!" Oh, poor Nyland tablet.
And feels like, you're my brethren to make your homes.
You're going to be pissed when I start crashing through trees.
Well, the other lady with her crossbow rolls to attack Ravena, and that is a 12 to hit. I believe that is.
Her AC is 15.
So yeah, this crossbow bolt just goes flying sort of near Ravena, but misses. And that was their turn. Oh my god. I'm going to go ahead and just say, yeah, so this is when Victor shows up.
You just hear in the background just the sound of like bees going.
I guess as he's approaching, he sees the cliff with this town within it. And you can just about actually see the head of Yateveo. She seems taller than she was before. Mm-hmm. See her head just like poking out of the top, of like just above the line of this wooden wall.
Okay, well I know where I'm heading then.
So you fly up.
Yeah, I'll just tell them up, and then just do it.
Right. Okay, so the carriage and these like 2 flying black horses with skeletal wings come into view. And how do they approach?
Pretty much just head on. Like, there's no like, I have no idea they were trying to be stealthy. I don't know there's combat. I'm just heading towards where they were.
His like damage with like his scarred like face isn't from fights. It's because he keeps driving into things.
It's both.
Some of those fights were started because you drove into the wrong thing.
Yeah.
That's about right, yeah. And so, do you go through the wall?
Yes.
Okay. The wall just gives. It's just made of wood.
I want to point out, I go through the wall where the entrance was there.
Yeah. I mean, I think for the direction you'd be basically the opposite side of where the entrance is, I would have said. So now I've got a new entrance.
Yeah.
And once again, I feel like it's I cannot emphasize enough how much the locals are freaking out.
Yeah.
So you actually see another lady who is dressed mostly in kind of like looks to be just like rags. She's got quite a lot of mud in her hair. You do notice there's quite a lot of just mud on here. There's not like stone floor or anything, but she is just like holding up her hands and going, "I told you, the doom is coming." And it looks like loads of these people are just running for the entrance to leave at this point. Does Victor try? I guess that Victor's turn was smashing through the wall, really.
And like when I get there, if I see Ravena, it's like, "Oi, princess! I bought the carriage. What's next?"
I need to find a dog and take it to Kate, and then we go.
You got it. And then I just like start looking around town for a dog.
You mean you looking with your eyes? Or...
Yeah, I like get up the carriage and I just start searching.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Roll survival for me. Your survival check. Actually, you would get. So I'm giving you the keen senses benefit. You would get from smell.
Yeah, I mean technically that's perception, but
Yeah, you can roll an advantage.
for survival.
Yeah.
But that's a 5 and a 2.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
But I get +7, so
Nice.
I mean that still ends up being a 12. And that was rolling 16s earlier.
Looking around this town, you're pretty sure that there is no dog. You don't smell a dog.
Right.
I was wondering actually how much that's going through Ravena's mind is the lack of dog. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if she can communicate telepathically with the cat, who is also searching for a dog, just like, Bathory, why can't you not see it? Are you that scared?
We'll come back to that on your turn. Yeah, to Vea's turn.
Hello. Where is the posh lady still?
She is still fighting you with her sword.
Yep. I think if they Veo, just going to turn to them. Like, we are looking for a dog. Do you know where one is?
Try persuasion with disadvantage.
Yep.
That's the one.
That's what, yeah.
Okay. She doesn't even seem to. She barely seems to realize that you're actually talking to her.
Yeah.
You think she might not even realize that you can speak, and is just sort of continuing to try and slash at you.
Is that my action or?
No, I'm not considering that an action.
Who else is around me?
Other than her?
Yeah.
Well, other than that, it's like other people who are like the closest one's like 20 feet away. They're like running towards the entrance.
Yeah.
There's a lady that you think might be in charge. She's wearing kind of more fancy kind of blue robes and came out of the largest building.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay then. Gets up and starts walking to the fancy lady.
Okay. You do provoke an opportunity
That's
attack.
fine.
That I believe is a 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
She's pretty good at actually hitting, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's just 5 damage, so that's reduced to just 2.
Cool.
Tiny little chip.
13 damage total out of.
Sure, you walk over to her. You basically get to her on your turn. She's just right in front of you, and she just looks up at you like,
Hello.
I think. Okay, I'll roll for her. Yeah, she seems to realize that you're talking to her. She's like, hi.
We're looking for a special dog. Do you know where one is?
A special dog.
Yes.
She looks like she's just kind of dumbfounded. There's like people dead and people running away. Some people are starting to run through the gates. She's just like, well, yeah, our village has been cursed. Been cursed again today. But we had been being attacked by a hound in the night.
Oh, yes, that is the one we want.
Okay. We suspect that it's one of the people here, but we don't know who it is.
Oh, that should be easy to find out then. Just try to tag the nearest person.
That'll be her.
Yeah.
Is it you?
If you tag the dog, if he attacks it, it'll tag it to the dog.
Roll to hit.
Is that 11? That is 22.
Okay. Yeah, you hit.
8. 9 piercing damage. And 6 poison.
Okay. So imagining that you just like stick your roots through her chest, and she seems to like go limp on them, and then a few seconds pass, and then she transforms into a giant wolf humanoid creature.
Oh, that was easy.
And she's impaled still, but she doesn't seem to be overly harmed.
She just kind of lifts her arms up. I found the dog.
She comes awake as well, and seems to now be trying to attack you. Okay. I will roll initiative there. Wow, shit. I don't need that initiative. Oh wait, no, I do.
You see this actually very, very tall, this hold up her arm. Fucking werewolf, like, dog.
Yeah. Currently, you kind of have her grappled, I would say. Well, I would say that was your turn. The lady that was attacking you before, it's now her turn. And she just looks at this like she's looking. The town is now empty, other than you guys and her, and she's just like, her face just turns just completely like sudden, extreme apathy, and she just slowly walks outside of the town.
This is what the fuck this.
She also might turn over to... She turns basically to Ravena up on the roof and goes, "You can have her!" And just walks out of the town.
That was easy. I told you these people were weird.
These people are weird.
Dude, what do we do with the dog?
So, it is actively trying to fight you. I guess we...
How long does enlarge last for? Like, could you just walk back to the grove?
I believe it lasts an
holding
hour.
it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can actually, I've got, how many times can I heal myself?
You just heal yourself as it's trying to hurt you.
I can heal twice. That's the spell heal.
Right. Her heal's pretty strong.
Yeah. And unlimited at will Goodberry.
You're just eating the good berries on the way home while carrying the dog.
So on one hand, it's just it's like you've turned yourself into a tree with two massive branches. One has a werewolf stuck on it, and the other one's growing fruits that you're just then eating. Sure. So you just start walking back to Kate's Grove.
Can I get the car?
Right, sway man.
So you've seen these carriages before. You probably find them quite comfortable. The inside's made of a kind of a soft, cushioned red velvet seating, as well as there's a large coffin just in it, made of a sort of black wood and silver linings to it. As I said before, no windows, so it's very much dark inside.
I'll just tell him we're going back to Kate's house, and then we're leaving.
Right. Who's Kate?
Take me back to where you found me.
The middle of the forest?
Yeah. I'll be like 5 minutes.
You
Follow her.
got it, and I just start following. Adam goes like, what other way? I met this old woman in the woods earlier.
Yes, that's it.
I'm not gonna fit.
No, I'm following you.
Yeah. So you're just walking through the forest and sort of looking like a tall tree.
Yeah.
And you're probably moving quite slowly.
To follow, yeah.
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 But yeah, eventually you get back to the grove. At some point, I'm just gonna have to roll for. Yeah. Okay. Sort of after about 30 minutes of walking, about halfway back, she does sort of revert back to a human form. She's still like impaled, but she's kind of miraculously just living on your branches.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Ah, God, I can't believe it was me."
But how did you not know that?
It only happened when I was night, and now we always got a good night's sleep, I thought.
No, you became a dog.
Is this real life?
Yes, it is. I'm afraid so. Sorry. You will now be a pet.
It's either really good or really bad.
Yes, those are the options.
So you come back to the grove. Things are very much as it was before. You don't see any light on the inside of through that window.
I'll go knock on the door again. We got the dog.
Cool. Do you say you got the dog? And the door opens up. What appears to be a much younger Kate appears. She maybe is about 20 years old, it appears. She's quite attractive. And Anthony is just going like, "Oh, Will, aren't you gonna bag her?"
You have a history.
Something's not a history.
Honestly, you bang a hag one time. That for an adult, you're just a hag fucker. I mean,
Sometimes the king chooses you.
She emerges and goes, "Oh, hey! How's it going, everybody? Did you all have a good time?"
That was fun. They left the village for the first time. I've never seen them do that.
Left? What do you mean?
Like, they ran out their gate and they left.
You must have caused a real riot. That's going to be interesting in the next few days. Well, yes. Just drop her in the pond, dear.
Okay.
She just falls into the pond and just disappears from view. Give a smooch.
Hey, can you do my job when I'm away? I'm gonna be away for a few days. I have to fill this big bowl with blood from the people.
I need to watch you.
But I'm going north.
Yes, dear. I was hoping that maybe Vale could just go with you if it's okay.
Okay. I mean, I brought everyone else along.
I will not interfere at all. I will just watch.
But that's okay. I probably need help anyway.
No, I will just watch.
That's okay. You owe me one, Kate.
Yes, I definitely do.
I'll let you know when I need that.
Yes, if you find some way of contacting me.
You know what? You do my job when I'm away.
Okay.
Then my mom can't get mad.
Okay. Do you want to call that even, or?
Okay.
Okay. That's great. That's great. Alright. So, you're not wanting my services? You're
I have a lift. I have a ride.
Like, yes. Slow, but quite stylish, my dear. Yes. Reminds me of, an old friend, from, the under place, sorry, it's old memories. Anyways, yes, you go have fun. That looks like lots of fun. It definitely does.
Okay. Well, I'll be back in a few days. It shouldn't be hard to find and kill my dad.
Yay! Ooh. Say hi to him for me.
Yeah, he definitely.
Oh, okay. I'll just sort of turn and walk sort of towards the carriage.
Okay. I'm imagining that the carriage is actually like floating a little bit, but
Well, I say walk, I mean float.
Yeah.
so you can like, I guess actually by the time you get back,
Yeah,
you probably reduce back to
yeah,
normal
back
size.
down.
Do you want to
think
get
you
in?
Probably could go in if
He
you
gives it
want.
goes in.
Yeah. You
Just
probably
look
do
at it
find you're kind of
Yeah.
having to be bent out of shape to fit in, but it's not like you feel discomfort.
No, this is very natural.
Yeah.
Going north. Drop me somewhere where I can get food. I'm hungry.
I bet.
We've got provisions in the back there if you want food.
I will eat again.
I'll eat you if you're not careful. Drive.
You got it, ma'am.
The horses go, "Eh?" and they start flying
Yeah.
Do you go
into the sky.
do you go back to the Lord?
I told him earlier, he's fine. I just start going north. I start flying up as I intentionally still hit some trees there. Like they're in the way.
Okay. Because these are already dead trees anyway.
Yeah. You hit my tree, I will eat you.
Well, okay. Note to everybody, I think everyone kind of knows this, but he was supposed to pick Lucian up,
Yeah.
but he seems to have misinterpreted his instructions.
Again.
Yes. Well,
Sure, Jimmy's going to post the homebrew stat block for this race somewhere.
yeah. Well, you start traveling north. So here's what I'm just going to let you know now, is that you're going to start seeing things below if you care to, like, look out there. If you don't, then you could just wait till the journey is
Is
over.
there a way that we can sort of open the window a little bit to just have a look?
Well, like I said, there isn't a window. So you can like open the door and then get sat next to where Victor is, or on top of the roof.
Yeah, I think she'll do that. She'll just sort of like open the door, like like when you're in an aeroplane and you want to look out the window to see the country underneath you and the cloud, like that.
Yeah. So yeah, looking down as you're going by, you will see the occasional larger settlement made of stone. You probably notice that it's coming to dawn now, and you actually see the sun. It's very bright.
Oh.
The land below you is hilly, and grass is there. You've seen it before, but it's very, very green land below you. So, just looking at your... You're travelling for quite some time. The actual... You know that she just said north. I guess you're just following that instruction.
Yeah.
So, the actual travel time will take like a week. Okay. So, I'm imagining you chill out, chat about things, drink some of the blood provisions that are in the back that are meant for a group of 5.
You're gonna die when you get back home.
It's gonna be like halfway through the week. It's like, yeah.
It's just like going through the minibar of the hotel fridge.
I think at this point it's like you can realise like you can't go back.
Oh no, I'm gonna go back.
Oh, he's dead.
You probably think to yourself, done worse before.
Yeah.
The only thing that happened before is you got whipped for like 2 days.
I can take that.
Okay. Well, you traveling and traveling. When you're traveling, you see a particularly large fort below you. You think you see in the distance yet more forts. Sort of more fortified location in this area. You think you can sort of see you're quite high above, about 500 feet above. You think you can just about see people down there.
Yeah.
It's really a matter of whether or not you fancy stopping somewhere or not.
I'll instruct him to sort of go lower.
Oh, so you can have a closer look.
Like, ooh, I want to have a closer look at the people.
Okay. Let me just get a reference. Okay. So, near one of these forts, as you get a bit lower, you actually see something else of interest. Is that there's a massive indent into the ground just north of the fortress, and at the bottom of said indent, deep below, is like some kind of black abyss. It seems sort of strange and out of place. The actual people in the fortress seem to be wearing like various grey cloths. Can't really see them in massive detail unless you wanted to get quite a lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite large, about maybe 100 feet radius sort of size. Quite a few buildings, quite a few people going about their business, you guess. You think maybe some of them see and look up at you and maybe see you?
Mm-hmm. I just sort of look at them as I fly over, like, what's that?
Are you asking anyone, or are you just...
I'll ask the driver, like, what is that?
So, interesting thing is that you actually know.
Yeah.
That is actually an entrance to the world that you come from. It's a portal to your realm.
Right. So, well, in that case, then she asks, like, well, that princess is actually where I come from. It's a way back home for me. I go this route quite often.
You guys come from a hole?
It's a portal to a different place. Kind of like where we just came from. Pitch black. You know, quite dark.
What is it called?
So you would probably know it's like there's not like a word for it in the common tongue. There's only the word for it in the noble tongue, which you struggle to pronounce.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure it begins with A.
Yeah. Well, firstly, I just call it but the posh ones, you know, like the princess over there, they've got some sort of fancy word for it, like. And then I just start struggling to say the words like, yes. I just start struggling.
Okay, keep driving.
You got it.
So, as you keep going, you see another fortress, similar sort of size, maybe slightly more grand. And you keep going north. You eventually see another one that comes into view that kind of seems distinct in that you notice all of the occupants after a few minutes of watching them. You realize they're not living human occupants, or at least the ones that you can see. They seem to be skeletons, fit in armor and wearing shields and spears.
Ooh.
This probably be about the third day of travel.
Yeah. I didn't know those things walked up here.
Okay. Other than that, you just fly by. After that, you are traveling for about 2 more days, quite uneventful. You're probably very bored. You also, by the way, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to assume that Ravena basically knows where Shroff is.
Well, she probably has some idea.
She probably has a map. Which, by the way, I'm working on getting someone to have a depiction of the map. Because I don't want to just go off my hex grid. You guys in world wouldn't have a big hex grid. You fly over a very large river. It's huge. It's at least 2 miles wide. And that's the minimum. It gets wider at certain points.
Yeah.
You fly over that, and you think you can see the town in question. You actually see 2 towns that are across from each other.
Yeah.
On either side of the river. You're pretty sure it's one of them. So my question would be, which one do you choose, left or right?
Well, we're flying over both of them. It's I can see both of them.
Yeah. I would say basically, you're flying over both of them, yeah. But it might not be obvious to you which one. It is.
Yeah.
Well, would Victor know? If she says a town, would Victor know which one's which?
Who gave me the map to show where this place is?
I'm actually going to say there's a map in the
map in the carriage.
In the carriage.
Yeah.
You found it in the coffin one day. You're you're pretty sure this is Lucian's map.
I've just spent the past few days going through his stuff.
I think any time it was sunny, Yadevea was pretty much just outside, just on top of the carriage, just basically turn.
You find 2 other things that you particularly like amongst Lucian's stuff. It's mostly just ornamental jewelry and things like that. But you notice he has a fancy hat with a large brim, and you also note a pocket watch. It seems to be made of a sort of silver. It's very fancy.
She's considering whether or not she takes the hat.
Would you mind
if I borrow this?
Nobody answers.
Well, it ain't mine.
So, looking at the map, I'll tell you what, you just roll. You roll intelligence first. Yeah, just intelligence check.
2 minus 2.
Zero.
He had no clue.
Fair enough. I just think we're still heading north.
And I want you to actually roll
Well, that was an 8.
history.
Okay, do you want me to roll that again?
No. So you get +5 a roll, so that's 13.
Yeah.
With sort of your knowledge of what you had been taught by your mother, and looking at the map, looking at it, you think it's probably the town on the right side of the river, or rather the eastern side.
I think we're here.
I just like pull up the reins and like just in midair we just skid somehow.
Yeah. Okay.
How did you get this job?
Sure. So you're floating about 500 feet at least above the town. You do see activity down there. You see a lot of people out and about and not in their houses running around.
Park outside.
Outside which one?
Park over there.
Got it.
Park by the trees. I want to see what's happening.
There is a small
And I'm
forest
hungry.
nearby. You assume that's what she means. It's about like half a mile away from where the town is.
Yeah, so I just start like, I just shout and then they suddenly just start dive bombing just straight towards it.
Okay.
Just,
Okay, sure. You quite suddenly like stop and just land somehow perfectly next to the trees.
and I turn to the train and carriage like, that's how I got this job.
You can parallel park.
Yeah.
It's between two trees.
Between two trees with like the tire marks of where like the handle drift.
Very loud with the carriage, so you know.
Yeah.
It's like a flying horse carriage, parallel park.
Yes. Okay. So you basically arrived.
I'll sort of have one last look at the hat before tossing it back into the back of the carriage, like, not my style.
I do the carriage man thing and just open the door for her.
I'll sort of, I'll take the map with me.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
I'm like,
You
he can get a
can
new one. I'm more important.
put this on your inventory.
Yeah, I can have a pencil.
Yes. So you know at the top of it, it does seem to say, it's not written in like the tongue or the handwriting you're used to. It's written in Darkland like dialect, but it says Hibernia. The top of it. So you take this as a map of Hibernia.
How do I spell that?
Hibernia.
Okay, map of Hibernia.
Yeah. At this point is where I ask you what you guys do now.
I'll get out of the carriage
Mhm.
and I'll sort of walk towards that little village, like, well, I'm going there.
I basically instruct just the horses to get out the carriage as I just follow.
Okay. Okay. So, and Yate?
Yeah, oh. She wants to watch it. She also doesn't want to get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
There was actually another stat line that I did see that seemed kind of fun. It's actually already a 5e stat lines, Undead Tree.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be cool if she can like take that form sometimes.
yeah. And she just kind of like near the forest that they've landed, she just kind of sits down and it's like plants roots.
Yeah.
Basically.
So now she's just going to sort of sit by the carrot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess it'll take another form.
The form of a tree.
Yeah.
It does. The tree does probably look out of place next to the other trees
Little.
because, well, it probably looks kind of darker and grayer. I
Yeah,
imagine.
it's still got green leaves and stuff.
It's got some green leaves and like
Is the bark's like very much?
Yeah,
It's kind of yeah.
I think these ones are quite brown and kind of full of moisture. So there is
Probably
probably
depends if she's at.
it's probably like yeah. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't ask for that.
Oh, blood.
I imagine, like, basically, I'm saying, like, if somebody came along, they might notice, and it's also possible if somebody came along and they were knowledgeable about nature and trees, they might sort of realise there's something special about this tree.
Yeah, at that point they're really close and have dinner.
Yeah, true.
For the tree and the horses.
Yeah.
They probably also, there's the fact that the horses are there and the carriage is there is very, like, eye-catching, potentially. Yeah.
What if you can send something smaller just to watch and not intervene?
Yeah.
I just have like a little sprig or something.
Okay. So, Ravena, with her deer cat, Bathory, is flying along with you.
Yeah. It'll just sort of float towards the village. Like, it's like, I think this is the place.
Okay.
Should be here.
So, okay. So, I want to clarify. Gamira is approaching from the southeast.
Yeah.
Rand is approaching from the east. And
Hands up in there.
now Ravena is approaching from the north. In theory, when Colin arrives, he will be coming from southwest off of a boat from the river. You're probably actually keeping that in mind. It's possible for you to see that there's a fairly large, if not, not elaborate boat or set of boats crossing the river at this time. As you're approaching the town, I'm just going to roll for something. Okay. But I'll roll the other times as well, so... Okay. So, yeah, you hear what sounds to be a woman shout out, "We've had a death, and now the dead are rising!"
Are they threw on the welcome party?
You notice, however, that she's not pointing at you, she's
Yeah.
pointing somewhere else. Question is, like, we could leave it there, or you could immediately do something if you want.
I was gonna say, can I float into town, find the nearest panicking person, and just eat them? Just, I'm hungry.
Oh my god.
They all seem to be not facing towards you at this time. They're all, like, facing sort of in the more south direction generally. So as you then, because some of them seem to have seen something else that has grabbed their attention.
Find yourself sort of panicking young man, spin him around, and just bite.
Okay.
I can stand there watching, carefully unfazed, because this is normal to me.
Yeah.
Oh god, you're that too.
Yeah.
You just roll an attack with advantage. You have the +7.
There's a 14 and a 12, so I'll take the 14 plus 7.
The 21, yeah. So, okay. You do this, and you're, like, floating?
Yeah.
Okay.
Floating 1 foot off the ground.
Yeah, not very far. So, he's kind of part of a crowd, so about, like, 3 feet away are other people who hear him, like, cry out, and then this particular lady you think shouted earlier turns to you and goes, "What the fuck is that?"
Boy, enough of the chatting!
And that's what we'll leave.
Okay, now God, meeting up's gonna be interesting.
And this is what Colin has to walk in on.
Yeah.
Hey, your commune is nice.
Yeah, she just has the undead with her.
Yeah, they're friendly.
Yeah.
I'm honestly unclear on if Brandon is listening still. Maybe he is. I'm not sure. But yeah. No need to guess. Yeah, they spotted Gamira
Yeah.
with an entourage of skeletons.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hi, Brandon. You.
Hello.
Oh, you dear. Hello.
I don't know how much of
I have
the.
my headphones.
Yeah.
I'm in the background whilst I've been doing stuff.
Okay. I don't know how much of that you heard.
A vampire rocked up into town after a dragonborn, and various things have happened.
Yes. Well, we're getting a bit of interest. I like how each of these characters are coming along with kind of their own entourage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy session when they're all together.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start actually running all the NPCs to kind of keep the load up you guys a bit. I don't mind.
Apart from Igor.
Oh yeah.
Igor has to be.
Except maybe Igor, yeah.
Can you remind
I
me
mean,
what
it's just a
colour?
mobile phone, you know?
Can you remember what colour those beads need to be?
Red, blue, and green.
Yeah, the red, blue, and green.
Okay.
Slightly different sizes and shapes.
I'm gonna sort of leave that to my friend's interpretation, but
Oh yeah, I like that. A vision of that. Yes. Okay. But yeah, that's basically it for today. Maybe we could have you actually here, Brandon.
Yes.
But-
I'm glad I managed to make it remotely.
Yes. I liked your voice overall for Max Sephiroth.
Like I say, literally before the session, I was like, right, I'm looking up Sephiroth, what the hell is his voice? And when I heard everyone else's voices, I was like, this will fit perfect. But it's such a deadpan delivery. It's great.
Oh god. People are definitely going to imagine that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's Max.
Oh god, yeah, that's the whole point.
I refuse to describe what he looks like.
Like, we know what he looks
Yeah,
like.
we all
He's got the
imagine Balrog, but with really long silver hair.
Funny enough.
He's got anime boy band hair on top of the Balrog's head.
Yeah.
At least 2 wings.
At least there's one's really tiny.
But isn't that like a giant in like Irish mythology or like Herculean myth? It's like 3 heads, 2 torsos, and like 6 legs or something.
Yes, I believe so. I think that was okay.
There are many strange creatures in the world of fiction.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me.
There's also trolls with multiple heads and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I really am imagining that Mark Sephiroth has between 1 and 1,000 tongues.
Yeah.
Somewhere between them. You know.
There's a reason why Vena's mum keeps him around.
Yeah.
Like each tongue is for a specific use only.
Very, very specific use.
Yeah, she doesn't keep him around because Ravena likes him.
Yeah, definitely.
Really.
Okay, well, I guess we're done then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.